everybody, welcome to the dungeon. My name is Robin, and we are going to jump right into this Ballotini cane demonstration. It's kind of lengthy, so I want to make sure I get everything in that I can while trying to keep it as short as possible. So the first thing I'm going to do is I have like a dense black, and it's going to be perfect because when this cane stretches out into a stringer here, and then even more into the Ballotini cane, it will still be dark enough to see some great line work. So I have this bit of black coated in clear, and I'm going to heat this up. Don't pull it out super thin. All right, so now that that's finished, you're going to lay that aside, and we are going to start to build up the inside of this cane. It's just a whole bunch of clear, and I'm going to press this down into a nice, quarter size lollipop. Just press those edges in just a little bit to make it a little bit more square, because I'm just drawing these lines on. I don't know why, it just makes me feel better doing that. And now I'm going to take the stringer and draw one right on the center, and then two on either side, and then one on the end, or however you choose to lay these down. Make sure you stretch them all the way from the front to the back as well. Then we're going to start coating the whole thing in clear. You do want to make sure when you do this to put the same amount of clear on both sides. At least do your best to do that. It'll make the pattern come out that much better. And I am looking to get this back into almost a whole round bundle of clear. And you can see that pattern inside. I decided to glue a whole bunch of clear on both sides here at the end. I got tired of swiping, but this turned out to be plenty. And when I punty up here, I do make sure that I touch my punty to the very center black line. That really helps to keep everything straight in the center, the pattern. And then I'll do that to the same side, or to the other side. I'll make sure that that punty is touching that little center bit of black cane, because it all is going to come from there. And now all I want to do is heat it up, roll it out just a little bit to get into my football shape that I like before I pull these out. It just really helps me out with the heat. Now for the pull. I just really twist first. It's all about twisting first. And I feel like I just kind of pulled it a little quick here, but I make up for it by turning like crazy at the end. And I have quite a bit of really nice cane to use here. At least enough for this bead. All right, now the base of the bead is white, and I really wanted to kind of try out that double helix opal white that I got, and I think this actually came out great, but it's very subtle at the end, but it really looked cool. I think I used a little bit more than I should have, but it was worth it in the end. So what I'm going to do here is roll out a long piece of white, and then I'm going to coat it all in this double helix here. And I must say that this color melted like a dream. I mean, it's just, I wish every color worked as nice as this color does. I was really impressed. So I'm going to coat this. I think I do it twice. Yes, I'm going to coat this twice. And then we're going to just heat it up enough to melt things in a little bit. I just want to maintain the shape that I have underneath, so I'm not overheating anything. I'm just melting in the outside. Now I want to lay down a pattern in clear. So my whole idea behind this was that the clear would indent into the opal, which would have maybe some kind of a shimmer with the white behind it. And I kind of achieved that, I think. Anyway, it looks really cool to have the clear in here as the dots on the white. It was a good experiment, I think. Now I'm just going to heat all this up very gently. When I heat up my dots, I make sure, if I'm not pressing them down individually with a butter knife, that I am heating them up as evenly as possible, so they all melt together at once, creating the pattern. Now for the Ballotini. I just love the way this cane looks, you guys. It's so beautiful, and I do hope you try it. And all I do to apply the cane, as you've seen in the previous few videos, is just heating up the tip of the cane and running that flame right under the cane until it starts to move. And then I'm literally just laying the cane down. I'm not pulling at it. If anything, I'm just gently pressing down and then gently pulling away at the end. Don't tug too hard when you're almost ready to pull it off. When you're finished laying it down, let the heat help you, and it'll be a nicer end of that cane. And once you have everything laid down, you want to take your tungsten pick and just pull each little tiny bit of cane down to the center of the bead hole. This just makes for a really nice, simple, even end, and it does heat up better when you do this too. All right, now it's time to heat it up. And we're going to add a whole nother layer of clear on here. There is a lot of clear, so you can see why I ran out of it so quickly from making all this cane. I'm still in the middle of exploring, you guys. And I just like to show you how it looks right here. It's so beautiful. Not many people see what we get to see when you're sitting behind the torch. Everything is hot. It's just a beautiful thing. Okay, so before I add any clear, I do want to make sure that the tip is taken off, so my first run of clear is not all bubbles. And then as I heat up the glass, every time I do this, I get a little ball of glass hot, and I don't press real hard. I just kind of gently lay it down, almost like I'm almost using the rod to help it go where it needs to go. But I do want to get enough hot to make it from one side to the other of the bead. So the bigger bead you have, you may have to add the cane a little, or the clear a little differently. All right, this bead is getting really big, and I think it's time to not put any more glass on it. Don't make it any bigger. This is plenty. And I'm just going to heat it up, round it out, and now I'm just going to let it cool down. Yay, that looks great. That little double helix. Yeah. All right, now we're just about finished. All I want to do is put some nice caps of black on either side of this bead, and I think that this will show off the cane even better than before. So using a little stringer, I'm just going to heat it up and literally just draw it very gently. This way was easier for me. It's just to draw it right onto the side of the bead. And you can see I'm in the flame. I'm just in the flame enough to where the stringer is melting. Okay, now I'm just evening it up. If it's not perfect, it's okay. You can add more if you need to. And right here at the end, I just want to add a little bit more to round it out. If you get nervous about messing up, don't worry. There are ways to cover things up. There's always ways. And now here at the very end, I'm just going to add a little dot on the bottom of each of those canes. I know a lot about covering up mistakes, and that's like the best way to learn in glass, because really there's nobody else doing it for you but you. And it's just good to be able to not worry about those mistakes unless it completely breaks. But it's nice to know that you can continue to play around. All right, enough of my little rant there. I just am going to finish this up by pressing everything down, rolling it out here, and adding a little of some dots, another row of dots on the top and bottom, and we'll be done with this beautiful Ballotini cane bead. I do hope you guys give this a try. It is so much fun. It's just so cool to be able to make these different types of cane that we're working on. And for the most part, they're all fairly simple to make. It's just a lot of practice pulling cane out. But once you know how to pull cane out, there is just no telling what you can do. And on that note, you guys, be safe, take care, and we'll see you next time in the dungeon.